Hello, internet.
Yeah, and guess what? That's why when World War III happens, I'll have evolved to a higher race. I'm aware that was live.
Yeah, I know.
I'm aware that was live.
I know you know. I'm just saying, you know.
Makes you think sometimes.
I have a feeling that the only thing that's going to come out of Chicago. I probably shouldn't say that live.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, go ahead and bite your tongue.
I'm gonna say it right here. 2000s 4chan meme. Roll to defeat him. Very few people will understand what I said. Oh, speaking of, hey, Ozpin the eugenicist.
I mean, he is, but what triggered this?
No, that's one of the bookmarks I have for Fanfiction Friday.
Sure.
Oh.
Go for it.
I was like, okay, you're either leading into a story idea or that is a title.
Yeah, that's the title.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Ozpin the eugenicist. I'm SneakyDevil. We got Max Atin and the Norwegian N Gray. And this is gonna be a fun time. So let's clear the screen up, and link is on the Discord. Let's go! Whoa!
God, the internet never fails to disappoint.
So this is Ozpin the eugenicist by Murder Sprinkles. It's often been said in jest that Ozpin ships his students.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
I see Ozpin is a fan of Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please tell me he played Fire Emblem.
You don't understand, Glinda. Their children will make a high attack, high defense Dragon Rider.
See, this is where I go that I'm such a nerd. I was like, oh, you're having Kellium fuck Cherche. Low speed growth though, not very good.
But he is Batman.
Anyway, Glinda stalked towards Ozpin's office, the report of her heels loud and sharp on the polished marble floor. Angry mutterings echoed down the halls of Beacon, constant and frothing. Again, this was the fourth time today. What the hell is going on? She took a deep breath to steel her nerves. Ozpin gave her strict warnings never to enter his office past 11 p.m. Why? She never learned, not after a decade of teaching at Beacon. What she did learn is that the man had enough secrets to drown a Goliath. It didn't matter, though, not tonight. With a flick of her wand, Ozpin's wrought clockwork door burst open, revealing Ozpin and Oobleck in lab coats? A huge cork board containing hundreds of student ID photos? God, Oobleck. Of course Oobleck is involved in this.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows Oobleck is a eugenicist.
Glinda, I left you very specific, he started. Glinda waved away his complaints with a wave of her hand. I know, but Ozpin, you must hear me out. Strange furnishings aside, he had to hear the news. What is it? He asked, suddenly curious. I found another pair of students. Her face flushed red. I found yet another pair of students engaged in sexually explicit activities. They're teenagers learning how to fight together to fight a world-spanning apocalypse scenario. And you're shocked that they have sex.
Imagine that.
Alright, whatever floats your boat.
See, my question is, why is she watching?
That's a good question.
Don't kink shame.
Oh, I will kink shame when it involves watching children.
Well, I mean, technically
Also
everyone there is
furries,
18.
But that's because furries aren't people.
Technically
all,
everyone at Beacon, besides Ruby, is 18 or older, so... Technically, they're not children.
He's not wrong.
You are technically correct,
I am.
but it is still creepy, Glinda, and you shouldn't do it.
I thought everyone starting there was normally 17 because Ruby was noted to be 2 years younger than everyone else.
Oh, I thought it was
Huh?
3
Freshman.
years.
I thought it was 2 as for freshmen.
I don't care, honestly.
I know.
That's
so I
just,
don't
okay.
know why
That just
chiming in.
rubs me a really wrong way to be starting effectively what is equivalent to like college at 17.
Yeah, age
Hey,
7.
listen,
Yang Zhao
they're
Long,
all
17,
super
1 to
seniors.
3.
Stop shaming them.
That's
Yeah.
a little bit weird. Anyway, what on Remnant is wrong with
Yeah.
them, Ozpin? He sat back
That is
in his
weird.
chair and sighed. Bartholomew, note the effectiveness of sample mark 23. Right away, sir. Simply exemplary. My God. What is he, fucking Burns?
Apparently.
Mark 20 what? Yes, it appears the dosage has reached significant enough concentrations to affect the result in the subjects, Osmond said, his brow furrowed deep in thought while Glinda was reeling from his words.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Ozpin is like spiking the soda fountain now.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Probably.
That's literally what he
Yeah.
does. It probably makes it free, too.
Just like Champlain.
I know for a fact that no college student can resist this.
Free soda.
Well, I could drink water, and that'd be better for me, but that says free soda.
But, like, I could start my morning with a glass of milk, or I could start my morning with a glass of Coke.
Milk. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop right there. You know what? I'm not gonna continue that. Hello,
That's an
heretic
uncommon amount of
hunter.
restraint from you.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. You know what? I should fix that. Where's my alcohol?
True.
You don't need that.
No,
You really
I
don't.
definitely need this.
You really don't.
Yeah, we kind of does, honestly. I'm gonna second that.
You know, vodka's pretty good and all, but I gotta say, 95% proof rye is my definite now new favorite of getting absolutely plastered.
Nice.
Hello? Yes, it is I, Sneaky.
Is this
Here's
someone
that.
you're familiar with? here,
Not a
Steve?
fucking clue.
Okay.
Add an option to pay for a timeout.
All you gotta do is just.
I mean,
mention
we gave those for free, but Sneaky, he wants a paid option now for off the rails convo. We can
Yeah.
monetize this.
I mean, just mention something interesting in chat, and that's about half an hour of derail right there.
If you're lucky, an hour.
Yeah.
I don't understand what a
Double the offer.
timeout is.
A pause
I'm
from whatever
I'm,
the fuck you're reading.
I'm assuming he means to just stop reading the story for a little bit. Again, we normally do that for free.
Okay,
anyways,
you
but
know
we
what?
can monetize
Actually,
this.
I'm actually very interested in monetizing the ability to not skip a story, but rather pause the reading of it. So you just have to keep paying me to delay the inevitable.
Yeah, we need to do
You
that.
know what? I'm actually appreciating this model far more.
God. Why?
The glory of capitalism!
Oh, he wants a chat timeout. This chat doesn't get busy enough for that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Weird.
but you are literally the only person to talk in the past 10 minutes. If
Yeah.
you want to pay for a chat timeout, go for it, but I'm not really sure what
And
you
who
think
would
you're
you
going to
be timing
accomplish.
out anyway?
Himself?
Yourself?
Apparently.
Listen, if you want to pay to time yourself out,
I-
I'm sure there's a woman out there who's willing to do that.
God damn it. Yeah.
agree.
What the hell are you up to? Glinda, I'm afraid I've been pursuing alternative directives during my tenure at Beacon's headmaster. Glinda pushed her glasses up once again to rest on the bridge of her nose. Her shock had almost let them slip and clatter to the floor. Ozpin, what are you saying? It's not what I'm saying so much as what I've been doing. What we have been doing, thank you very much, Oobleck shouted, looking up from his clipboard. Honestly, I would actually, I would take the out when given it. If someone came into a room I was in, and I was in the middle of having a eugenics debate with someone, not about the validity of it, but like how to implement it, and that other person I was talking with was like, yes, I have been doing the eugenics. I would just be like, yeah, he's been doing the eugenics.
I've been in here trying to stop him.
I have had no relation to anything going on in here.
The lab coat? Listen, I'm a scientist. I'm here to object to this on scientific principles.
I want to be able to pay you to time out C8 if he shows up. Yeah, sure. Just pay me money and I'll randomly decide how much time he gets timed out for.
That is such a specific.
Listen, it's got to
I
be
mean, I
at least
support it.
$10 because there's no purpose to it other than your satisfaction. And it will be directly disenfranchising another viewer. That costs.
Yeah, okay, so let's say 2
Okay,
bits per second. Yeah. 2
Okay,
bits
well,
per second.
That seems pretty fair.
Seems good.
By the
seems
way,
good.
this dude has commented in the chat before, but the last time he commented was January 8th of 2019.
January 8th, wow, you haven't been here for a whole fucking year and a half? Wow.
And you
now-
show up
then
to
he-
say you want to piss someone else off. That's
And you show up saying you want to pay me money? I approve.
I'm done.
I want to pay you money to piss someone off. All
I'm
right.
alright with this. I'm alright monetizing this structure.
Can you imagine what'll happen when we get this? Can you imagine what'll happen when this eventually gets to like ninja levels of popularity? Because
We're
that's
just-
obviously coming in a few months.
That's
Eventually.
yeah, that's gonna eventually, he says, after 4 years of doing this.
Yeah, it's a slow climb. It's a slow climb. It's like how a bill becomes a law. It takes patience or bribery. We can't afford bribery.
He apparently was here for the world building shit, but just never said anything.
Oh, neat. Hey, we should probably start doing that again.
We should once we get Juicio back in here, because he was pretty much the main driving force behind all the discussions.
Yeah, I mean, isn't he gonna be more
He'll
active
become-
now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Grim are growing fiercer, have been for quite some time. Malcontent and evil brew outside the walls of civilization, but from within them as well. These are dark times, Glinda, times that require desperate and extreme measures. She looked at the equipment spread about the office. There were hundreds of vials and petri dishes, dozens of reagent jars and pieces of lab equipment. But what was puzzling was the board. Each and every Beacon Academy student was represented, each trailing different colored ribbons of string. Most of the yarn was red, linking students that were no, it couldn't be. Red string connected two students that she just apprehended, Coco and Fox of Team Coffee. You ship the students? Weird.
I appreciate
yes?
that Glinda apparently knows what shipping is.
I mean, weird, yes. Creepy, definitely. But how is that an extreme measure? Ozpin scoffed, sipping his mug. A crude and spurious notion.
Furious.
No, spurious.
Spurious.
Oh, someone mispronounced it and lied to me. Good to know.
I mean, you're in Chicago. Everyone mispronounces everything.
You're from Jersey!
And we pronounce everything exactly as it should be.
I mean, if by that you mean hideously mangle the English language, then sure.
You say tomato, I say cabbage.
The other
Goddamn
day
Irish.
it was potato. For some reason.
What about potatoes?
The other day, you said you say tomato, I say potato.
It's changed.
Yeah, I noticed.
The language changes all the time.
Superficial, Oobleck added helpfully. No, Glinda, what we're doing is more. Romance helps, but the aphrodisiacs we're lacing the children's food with helps more!
That's a lot more than what you said, but yeah, pretty much that's exactly what's going on. Oh wow, this is this is pretty fucked.
You drugged the students? Experimented
Appreciate-
upon. Dark times, extreme measures, Glinda. The drugs are merely a means to the end. Tell me,
I'm
Glinda.
sorry, I can just imagine like Ozpin like walking down a hallway. I didn't. Desperate times, Glinda. Desperate times.
This is so fucked. Oh boy.
What is the purpose of Beacon Academy? 2. Glinda took a deep breath. The calm sanity of the question had unbalanced her. To train the next generation of hunters and huntresses. Not have them fuck. Yes, the next generation, but what about the generation after that? We'll train them too! It's what we've always done! Tell me, has that gotten us anywhere? Expanded our boundaries? The question gave Glinda pause. Mountain Glen had been a disastrous pursuit, and it had been leagues more successful than the last attempt at expansion. Exactly, Ozpin said, reading the look on his adjunct's face. As I said before, threats brew on every horizon, each greater than the last. Maybe the next generation of hunters and huntresses is the one where the training fails them. Impossible, Glinda shouted. Ozpin only shrugged. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps not the next generation. However, maybe their successors will be the ones that fall. But what if they did not fall, did not succumb to darkness? What if they could soar, push our walls to the limits, let our pent-up citizens flourish and prosper as never before, free from the fear of Grimm? And drugging the students is how you accomplish this? Glinda roared, slamming her foot down. Ozpin always did this, divert and redirect with fanciful, inspiring rhetoric. As I said, a means to an end. Tell me, what are your thoughts on Pyrrha Nikos? An admirable student, Glinda answered immediately. She's one of the most athletically adept students we've had in years. Were it not for her dalliances with the Arc Boy, she'd be perfect. They'd been one of the couple she'd found today, caught red-handed on the roof. They insisted they were only training. Ah, maybe if it was for a pornographic shoot.
Listen,
You know,
internet's gotta
I'm
get
actually kind of
material
shocked
from
that
somewhere,
Pyrrha's
Glinda.
never gone that angle. John, we need to work on your stamina. You take off your clothes.
I don't think she. The problem is, I don't think she's devious enough for that.
No, but that's what like Yang is for.
Indeed.
By the
I
way,
needed
Yang is just
advice.
in the corner filming. John, you need practice notes, don't you? Stop being weird about this.
Alright, you know what? I actually have to give it to Zeke. He actually found an amusing Ruby quote this time.
Wow.
So Zeke's just posted something. Blake looked down at John, and then down at the rabbit tail that grew out of his back, trying to ignore both Pyrrha and Nora as they played with the wiggling mass of fur. Pause, 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 pause. This is cultural appropriation, she shouted.
What? What the fuck?
I mean, it's not wrong.
Blake
Kinda
is
do be
such
like
a...
that sometimes.
Rooster Teeth version of Blake is such a fucking SJW.
Imagine my shock.
Yeah, but Rooster Teeth's going under anyway, so who gives a shit?
No one.
Exactly.
No one important anymore, at least.
Certainly not Bernie. He fled the company too.
Oh my god, I know.
Bernie ditched that. Bernie ditched Rooster Teeth faster than he ditched his wife.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh, that's a low
Spicy
blow.
meatball.
And
Anyway,
yet, not as low as the child support he owes. Broke ass bastard.
I somehow really doubt that Bernie is broke.
Oh yeah, no, he's made out like a bandit.
What of John? Tell me of him. Physically inept, with aura reserves I've never seen the likes of before. One of my more frustrating students. Now tell me, what if Miss Nico's athletic prowess could be combined with Mr. Ark's aura stores? What manner of student would that produce? Well, that would be frightening to behold, that's for sure. She said with a snort. Then her jaw fell open as the realization dawned on her. You are breeding students? Ozpin, of all the sick and twisted perversions! You're breeding students.
Well,
It all made sense. The corkboard, the aphrodisiacs. Wait, hold on. That's how you got there? The aphrodisiacs didn't include you into anything?
She's a very stupid lady.
The vials and
There's a
talk
limit
of
to
generation?
innocence.
What the hell is wrong with you? I have a vision. That's what's wrong with me. Okay, easy there, Hitler.
oh boy. All right, yeah, calm down.
He stood gazing out over the city of Vale with a wistful look. His words were sad and spoke of a deep remorse. I am doing what I must. Imagine it, Glinda, he said, spinning. Beacon's students represent the best and the brightest of Vale's populace. They are the strongest, smartest, most agile, humans and faunus alike. Which reminds me, Professor, the results of the faunal night vision insertion phage are due out of the incubator in oh god. A retrovirus to give people night vision. Big
If it works, it works.
But see, that's another thing that just makes no fucking sense about the faunus, because it's like, oh yeah, all faunus have night vision, even the bunny rabbits,
Like, the ones would make sense.
the bears. I mean, the cats and the wolves and their relatives, I could get them having night vision, but like the armadillo faunus, that's got night vision.
The armadillo is a fearsome predator.
The flamingo faunus, the monkey faunus, those all have night vision. Okay, yeah, no, sure, Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, that was one of those things that was
Hamster.
always kind of.
Also, personally, my headcanon is that the cats are race purists and only breed with other cats.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Racist
Yeah.
bastards.
Yeah, sounds about
Well,
right.
no,
to be honest.
sneaky. They'll occasionally make exceptions.
And behind every organization in the faunus is a cat faunus. They control the banks, they control the organizations, they control the government, they control the rebellion.
You know, I'm not sure the faunuses would say shalom, but okay.
I'm just saying. There's an awful lot of cat faunus in positions of power.
You're not wrong.
And if this podcast gets shut down, it's the cat faunus.
It's the damn cat faunus!
Exactly.
That's how this
You know who the
delusion
enemy
works, right?
Yes, indeed. You just got blaked. Yes. Thank you. Bunnies do have night vision because they eat carrots. I'm gonna have to ask you to shut the fuck up. Oh god, okay. What the hell is he talking about, Ozpin? Glinda demanded. Humans have always looked down on Faunus, he growled. Sheer arrogance! It is clear the Faunus are the superior race.
Oh no!
Ozpin, no!
Ozpin is a furry confirmed.
No, just a furry. He's a furry racist.
Cats are clearly the most oppressed class. Y'all are just racetisms? Racetism.
Yeah, I guess.
What are you, cat phobic?
I mean, I just want to point out if house cats were like 3 times bigger, they would kill you if they could.
Probably.
Well, no,
Yeah.
they'd kill you if you didn't open the can faster.
I mean, I'm just saying that people have in fact tamed lions. So,
Yeah, true.
People have also been eaten by lions that are supposedly tame.
also true.
Also true.
Liger.
Better eyesight, better hearing, tusks and horns, he sighed, picking up the ochre-colored vial. But, admittedly, they are often more fragile than humans. Surely would the world not be better off if such diversions never existed? We must merge the faunus and humans!
Wait,
I think Ozpin just wants himself a cat girl.
hang on. What's that one?
Are you thinking of Catgirl Merchant?
No. Oh yeah, the Calurgy plan. That's it.
The what?
I can post a link, I guess.
Yeah, do that.
It's basically conspiracy theory about the EU wanting to make certain people not exist through multiculturalism, resulting in one culture.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You're insane. You're both insane, Ozpin sighed. I admit faunal phenotypic expression utilizing in vitro injections is a few decades from reality, but we're working on it. For now, we can only hope that the faunus population of Beacon remains promiscuous and creates a wide, stable genetic pool from which to draw from. Jesus fucking Christ. You talk about them like they're cattle, Glinda said, not believing the words that came from Ozpin's lips. Are we not all cattle? Oobleck replied. Are we not all livestock waiting to be slaughtered by the Grim? Penned in our cage, waiting for death, he grimaced. The breach was proof enough of that. And talking about faunus like they're broodmares. They're people, Ozpin, with thoughts and feelings, hopes and dreams.
And also dicks.
Damn it. Tell me, did the students you apprehended today seem particularly unhappy? Well,
Oh no, Ozpin.
before you
Ozpin,
caught
no.
them. They are young, they are experiencing young love. He smiled, a sad
Ozpin,
smile.
you drugged them.
In their happiness, they are serving the greater good, a bit blindly and unwittingly. Ozpin, you do not get to say they are in young love when you just admitted to fully fucking dosing them with hormonal aphrodisiacs.
Thank you, Glinda.
Oh boy. Or you walked in at an awkward time.
Hmm.
You know, like, all parody aside, I feel like Ozpin would be a eugenicist.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, probably.
I guess it's more surprising that it didn't cut that. You know what? Be real interesting if there was a deleted scene from Gingerville of Ozpin's history.
There's a reason he had all those kids.
Oh, I think the best thing to do would have been during the genie scene when they're showing Ozpin's history, and Ozpin's like, wait, hold on, whoa. That part, don't show that part. You know the part I'm talking about. Don't show it. It's not important.
You mean the part with the kids in the basement?
We're not talking about that. Everyone just looks at Ozpin like, what the actual fuck? We're moving on. We're talking about my other secrets. My
The real
clearly
secret
far
Ozpin
more
didn't want them
embarrassing
shown
one.
was that the real secret Ozpin didn't want them shown was the time he got reincarnated as a trap.
The real eugenics were the friends we made along the way. I'm not sorry.
Why would you be?
Neither are the eugenicists.
Oh!
You know, I mean,
I don't think I can keep reading this! Oh, it's the big clap! Oh! Now, don't get me wrong. I agree with the author. He ain't wrong.
Abort!
But I'm just saying. I don't think I can read this out loud. So just gaze upon it with your eyes. I neither endorse this content nor condemn it.
Especially
We're
the
just
latter.
gonna
I guess.
pretend it doesn't exist.
Just pretend I read this, but not really, because I didn't read it. And we're just gonna keep going, like this part of the conversation never happened. Just ignore the fact that the author is actually correct on the biological aspects of this shit. This is really weird. This is a shitpost story where the author actually knows biology, which is actually really sad because we've seen a lot of quote-unquote serious stories who don't even know how guns work, which is even simpler than biology. I would know.
Wow,
I studied biology.
I studied guns.
I mean, he studied guns because he lived in Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, aren't guns just like a part of life over there?
No, they are. Like, gun manufacturing is, right? Every kid learns how to do it.
Exactly.
See, I want to comment back,
You can't, because we're right.
but a family friend was a gun manufacturer, and I did help him.
Exactly.
Sneaky's horrible childhood as a child laborer continues to benefit us.
So I want to say you're wrong, but I can't.
Exactly.
Um. Yeah. Anyway, so there's a list. Glinda hissed. Of course, there's a list. We're scientists, not animals. Osmond pushed a piece of paper forward, offering it to her. She snatched it up. The ink on Blake Yang was fresh, but the names. Glinda paled. She caught many of these students today, and many were well-known couples. John, Pyrrha, Ren, Nora. Precise aura control and hereditary bombastic energy reserves. Hereditary bombastic energy reserves? How the hell can you know something like that? I don't think that's how genetics work. Of course not, Osmond said. We're hoping many of the subjects impart their experience and habits upon their offspring, of course. But in Miss Valkyrie's case, it's actually well documented. If you recall her mother, we're still paying off the damages on that one, sir. What? Glinda whispered in a small voice. Everything she'd known about her friends and co-workers had been overturned in a matter of
Please
moments.
tell me Port is in on this.
I said we are still paying off the damages. I don't know you. I don't know either of you. You're monsters. Both of you. Osmond sighed, staring into the depths of his coffee. Every night we meet and plot. Every night we fill our beakers and run our tests. Every night we stare into our souls and the abyss stares back. Are we monsters puppeteering the lives of our students? When they clasp their hands and lips in joyous love, I think not. Then we are saviors, saving them from loneliness and doubt. Then we are not monsters. His gaze darkened, but when they fall in battle, eyes spilling tears unending over the loss of their partners, when they plod back to their homes with children waiting on a parent that will never return, when we spy and cohere, drug, medicate, and all those times, you are right, Glinda, we are monsters. But that is what we face outside our defenses. That is what hammer down our walls, spread panic and fear into the hearts of innocents. Those black furred beasts and the villains that plot within our cages, those are our true enemies. So yes, we've become monsters, breeding students like prize pigs at a fair, forcing relationships upon them, all in the name of a brighter future, a future not clouded by the shadows of hate and fear. Ozpin sighed. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Glinda. I truly want the best for our students. If I can give them a little bit of happiness, give their children a fighting edge that genetics can provide, then maybe monsters like us won't be needed anymore. Glinda didn't know.
Whatever you say, Hitler 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Glinda didn't know what to make of his speech. Her mind reeled and heaved, set adrift on a sea of incredulous horror. Ozpin. Glinda, please, forgive your old friend his sins. Join us. She could not believe her ears. No. Never. I was afraid you would say that. A heavy steel bar slammed down on Ozpin's doors. A resounding crash of metal that trapped Glinda within. To be fair, I was very specific about my door remaining shut past 11 p.m.
By the way, can I just say, I'm surprised this never happened at a Sith Academy.
Who's to say it didn't?
Let me rephrase that. It's not been on record.
Fair enough. Wouldn't be a very good genetics program if it was on record, though.
I mean, I don't think the Sith... Right? Like, I imagine there's some Sith administrator who was just like, you were doing what with the kids? What? I was just trying to make better students. Be subtle about this.
I'm sorry, you were dosing them with aphrodisiacs. Theoretical aphrodisiacs. Also, apparently, this is by the guy that writes A World of Bloody Evolution.
I see.
Which is a Warhammer Ruby fic. And,
Well, that explains why he likes genetics. That explains why he's a eugenicist.
It's actually a really good fic, and it's fucking brutal.
I mean, it's 40K.
What happens in it?
What doesn't happen in it? Pretty much
40K.
everyone dies. Limbs
In
are
Rational.
blown off. Yang's the main character. It's a good story. It's a little bit dark. But anyway, yeah, so that was, that. You know what? I'm actually going to follow and favorite that. Just to help boost his numbers. Because, that was actually, highly amusing. And, pretty well written. And we didn't even have to stop and sit there and be like, oh, this author's fucking dumb. Because, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got here.
Good job, author. You've earned the dubious approval of Sneaky.
Dubious approval
What's
indeed.
this, like, fake
You
number
know what?
3?
Here we go. This is a good one to do. Yeah. Why is it in mobile?
Someone.
Because you did it in mobile?
I
someone
don't
linked
do
it
shit in
on it.
mobile.
Probably
Oh
all
no! There goes my alcohol.
dumb fuck.
Good job.
It's okay, guys. I just keep it in a shot glass, so it really didn't spill on anything. It just, my entire desk is now coated in a thin layer of rye.
You should probably clean that up.
It'll evaporate quick enough. It is 95% proof after all.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's not like beer where I have to worry about getting sticky. It's literally just purified water.
Yeah.
And 95 proof alcohol.
Spicy water.
Very spicy water.
Well, that's a summary,
Indeed, yep. So I'm gonna
especially that last part.
link you all the next one.
I mean, you could just not.
I could, but that would require
We
money.
could, Sneaky. I could just order you a pizza and we could leave.
Ooh, you know what?
Coin flip?
If you order me a pizza and you don't skimp on it, I'll turn this into a Subnautica stream.
You gotta send me your address, though.
Don't you know my address?
No, I make it a point not to remember anybody's address.
That's fair enough. I don't ever remember Max's address, even though I have like 5 post-it notes and 7 messages from him telling me it.
Oh no, to make sure that I remembered Max's, I have it like saved like don't worry, Max. I hid it, but it's saved like 7 folders deep, buried next to like the
His
other
porn.
important stuff, like family birthdays and stuff. Because it's like Max is okay. I don't plan on sending any terrible gifts to Max, but like if I could remember Nose's address, man, I would just set up like a recurring delivery of Amazon dildos to his store.
I would absolutely send dicks to him.
He would deserve it.
You'd probably enjoy it, honestly.
Say,
No,
give him
they're-
some new material.
if they're not Dorito bags, I don't think he would enjoy it enough.
No, listen, here's what we'll do. We'll send him one and we'll coat it with Dorito.
Oh, yes, of course. Can we special request that from...
Probably.
No, Sneaky, we have to go to what's the website for degenerate Etsy. We have to request someone to make one that's colored like a Dorito.
Shaped like a Dorito.
What's
no,
that
not
website for degenerates? Oh, yeah, Etsy!
Oh please, that's where they make all the filth.
I can think of more degenerate places.
I
but
can
I'm
think of
not gonna say
several
it.
more degenerate places.
No, go ahead. List them out.
Tumblr,
Prove to everyone how much worse you are than me.
I think Bad Dragon actually got shut down, actually, because the,
No.
Nope.
No?
Still up.
They are still active.
I remember something about Bad Dragon being shut down temporarily then, because, like, the owner got caught with child porn or something?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but they're still up.
Alright then, well, that shows what I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is Heroic Air in DXD. High school student? Check. Heir to human organization that deals with supernatural things? Also check. Young Castiel Emia.
What did you just say?
Gonna fucking shoot myself, that's what I just said. I'm gonna go fucking eat a gun.
Damn.
Oh boy, I am too fucking sober for
Also,
this.
where do you want the pizza from, and what do you want on it? You gotta PM me that.
Alright, very well, I'll do it. Let me just finish pouring out this alcohol, and I'll scroll my ass on over to you, and I'll click on you, and I'll be like, fuck you!
It doesn't matter to me, you just lost free pizza, so...
No, I was just kidding.
We say, we'll keep this offer in the back pocket for when something truly horrendous is occurring.
Alright, very well, fine. We'll see how long you hold on to that back pocket for this story.
Oh god.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Max never returned.
What the fuck
Like,
is
just
my
chopped
zip
up.
code?
I mean, I just think I think I'm gonna need some chocolate cake to get through this.
Oh,
so.
you're gonna absolutely whatever can help you get
I hope
through
you're reading
this.
that cake.
100%. You are gonna absolutely fucking need it.
Oh boy.
I bought fucking a liter of alcohol in front of me, so I'm ready.
Oh, I got 4 liters of alcohol. Boy, you should have seen the look on the guy's face when I was buying $120 of alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, I
He
have
probably
like
wondered if he
total of
needed to
6 liters.
call social services.
Oh, is that what my zip code is?
Hmm. Yeah, I have like total of around 6 liters of alcohol, and that's not including well, my dad's alcohol, but probably shouldn't go digging into that. I'm sure he wouldn't mind too much, but you know, probably mind a bit.
That's my condition, Atin.
Hold on. I have to bother to read it. I'm busy. Paying 0 attention to the stream.
As you should.
I mean,
Alright.
honestly, that's really
What?
paying no attention to the stream is honestly the healthiest thing you can do.
Yeah.
Again, Zeke's is dropping some fucking fire quotes. You don't understand. I've banged every last one of them. Every single one. It's gotten to the point where the porn ads don't say hot single moms in your area. Now it just says, never mind, John's fucking them all.
Damn.
Should I be
Yeah, that's
listening to
pretty-
this? Oscar trembled. I'm only 14. No, stay. It's important you listen to this for your development, John ordered the boy.
What? I have several questions. I do not want answers.
You're not gonna get an answer to a single one of them. Apparently, all of these quotes are from John Ark, the MILF Master. Oh, it's from Constable Paperbag. That makes suddenly 9,000% more sense. Yep. Still a better story than whatever the fuck we're reading.
I mean, anything would be. Okay, I retract my statement, but not the spirit of it.
Young
was gonna say-
Castiel Emiya, the son of Shiro Emiya, lives what some might consider a double life.
This fucker wrote 670,000 words.
Yeah, it gets even better, right? Involved with supernatural things since birth, how would he affect the world of DxD? Let's find out together. Discontinued.
Wish we didn't.
Rewrite
fuck.
up.
No.
It gets
Oh, you
It-
know what we gotta do now,
it
boys?
gets even better. Humor, original character, 111 chapters, 670,000 words over the span of 2 years, with a mere infinitesimal 400 favorites.
Damn. Ouch. Sucks for him.
I've written more stories with more favorites than that.
Poggers.
I'm pretty sure Arn, if he ever got off his fucking ass and actually wrote that fluffy, wholesome Harry Potter fic, would get more
Yeah.
favorites than that.
Yeah, probably.
He'd be fucking drowning in favorites.
Yeah. Could be.
Fluff is nice.
But just, you know,
Get to it,
Slight
little
problem.
one.
actually getting off my ass and doing it.
Fucking lazy ass.
Typical
At this
Norwegian.
rate, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
mistake you for a Swede with how lazy you're getting.
Alright, I'm gonna report you for terrorism.
Oh, please.
Poor you.
Any terrorist organization that looks at him will be like, he's too depressed and pathetic to do anything. He's not a threat.
But we do wish to buy all of his drugs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll just
Listen,
call in an anonymous
Listen,
tip
the
to.
minorities are getting uppity again. We need to start planting more drugs, says the FBI.
Yeah. I was thinking more like just anonymous tip to the ATF. Yo, this fucking drug dealer's been getting some illegal guns. Wonder what you can do with those. And they go all wake on your house.
Joke's on you,
Cool.
there are no illegal guns in Vermont.
No legal guns?
Illegal.
Damn. Yeah, you should have fucking said so.
Nobody in Vermont actually legally owns the weapon that they possess.
You see, the Vermont police are just too scared.
Damn. Based.
You see, they're afraid that Bernie will cancel them.
Ah, of course.
You see, unlike everywhere outside of his territory, when Bernie is in Vermont, he can cross his arms and shout, "You are canceled," and then the person disintegrates.
It's his stand. Cancel.
Ah! Another morning, and the sun is rising, and the birds are singing, and I don't want to get out of bed! Why did the new school term need to start again? Oh yeah, because good stuff can't last forever. Jesus fucking Christ.
Come
My
on, Ziggy,
name-
Don't read this. Go read the rewrite.
My name, we're gonna read like the first little chunk and then we'll read the rewrite.
Okay, that's fine.
My name is Castiel Emia, but everyone just calls
Apparently
me
I'm
Cass.
even edgier than Archer.
Everyone just calls me Cass, as the full
Oh,
name
God.
is just too tiresome.
Haven't gotten that
What
far,
the
I see. Fuck.
I am normal guy. I like video games, anime, light novels, going out with friends, and enjoy
Okay,
living.
What normal person likes light novels?
That's actually a
Seriously.
fair. That's actually a fair statement.
Seriously, I've never
Yeah.
met a single normal person who likes light novels.
Yeah, I've never heard the
Have-
word light novel and normal in the same sentence.
Maybe
Yeah.
a normal Japanese person. I don't actually know.
Nah, it's definitely weird.
I know they
Yeah,
do
yeah.
enough business to consistently pump stuff
Yeah,
out,
but-
but
God.
Hey, but Max,
Fuck.
that's just look. Japan shits out light novels at the rate that factories shit out depressed workers in
Look,
America.
alright, light novels are basically Japan's fan fiction.
No, they literally are Japan's fan fiction. So,
Yeah.
Japan's fan fiction website. Well, one of them. There's three. So, Japan's fan fiction website actually turned into a light novel publishing website.
Yeah.
That's beautiful because that's capitalism.
Literally.
And
Uh,
it gets even better because they rank light novels like YouTube videos.
Yeah.
oh boy.
So they have a currently trending page. They have a most watched page. It's hilarious.
Is that how they determine what comes to America?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
Anything
they
that
were
gets consistent
Hmm.
upvotes gets eventually published and then sent to America.
yeah, if they were smarter about that, they would look at they would actually go to the sites that people use for fan translations of novels and manga and use that to figure out what would sell over there.
You would
Because
think
those
that.
because those websites have rankings.
Oh, I know, but you would think that, Max. But you see, in actuality, corporations are retarded.
Well, they're
Yeah.
also too busy calling Americans pirates because they won't localize shit.
Yes, that's
America, stop pirating stuff! Then let me give you my money! No, Americans don't want it. They just want to pirate it.
Fucking Bandai Namco. That's an actual quote from Bandai Namco. Is that they weren't going to be porting over some of their games that they were responsible for to English in America because people pirated stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna keep pirating it if you don't fucking give it to us.
Yeah, having to
Yeah.
deal with Japanese business is like It's so annoying because it's like in America, we can try and vote with our wallet, and that usually gets us somewhere. You try and vote with your wallet with Japanese companies, they just assume you don't want it. So like, fine, we won't bring it over anymore since you clearly don't want it. It's like, no, I'm still not over
Yeah,
Blaze Blue losing its dub.
it's basically
Such
like
fucking horseshit. It was the
piracy.
last. It was the final game in the story
Yeah.
arc,
Oh,
and they
okay,
just
of
cut
course.
out the fucking dub, which was one of the best in the industries.
That's a shame.
Because Mac, it's because you liked it, and you're not allowed to have nice things.
Yeah, essentially. Fuck you. That's the point.
I just find it really funny though, because it's like pretty much the entire world knows America as these like really pushy, brash, arrogant people who will do whatever the fuck they want. Like that's
Which
that's
we are.
That's the stereotype across the globe. And Japan's
It's
like,
true.
well, if we don't provide them with it, they just won't get it. It's like, no, you stupid son of a bitch. If an American wants your shit, they're gonna fucking take it, whether it's legal or not.
And then
Yeah.
we'll blame China for not respecting copyright laws.
Pretty much, yeah.
Although to be fair, China doesn't respect copyright law. Listen, if you bring it here, we'll pay you for it. China will
want-
just make a
we-
crappy knockoff of it and tell you to
we-
go fuck yourself.
We want to, well, Japan does that too. Japan's copyright laws are also very lax. That's why Doujin conventions happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, look, that has more to do with the average Japanese person being sad, lonely, and horny.
they're still allowed to do it for business purposes. They are able to sell their fan comic at profit of their favorite franchise.
That's true.
Like, their copyright laws are fairly lax compared to America's and Europe's.
Well, that's because we do have trademark here, and we do have a very Japan had the assistance of the U.S. in setting up all their current systems, and so they effectively got to look at what worked and what didn't work in the U.S. and what were the negatives of what did work in the U.S. and they could figure out their shit from there. So our system is a little bit older than pretty much everyone else's modern systems. Right? I don't think. Yeah, even the British have abandoned their original patent system, which is what we based
their
our
original
shit on.
patent system was terrible, and it was. Remember, their original patent system was literally created to keep the poor people poor. Not like in a subtle way, right? I mean explicitly.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, government. Very cool.
But like, so our system was based on that, but with like more intellect going into it and more fairness in it. But because of that, it's still pretty harsh. Where, like, for example, with trademarks, you have like if someone's trying to sell like a Captain America comic, like you have to stop them, or else you lose the right to stop people from selling Captain America knockoff shit. Like,
Yeah, it's real
you don't
stupid.
have the ability to go like, no, it's okay if people make fan works. Well, you have to like laterally across the board just be like, no, nobody can do this, or else the courts won't side with you.
Well, you see, you let this one dude make a Captain America comic, which means this comic about Captain America having giant orgies with every Avenger, got to allow that too.
You say it like it didn't happen. Captain America is clearly the Tai Yang of the Marvel universe.
Okay, but then what's Stark?
He's
Crow.
basically just Crow, yeah.
He's literally just Crow. He flies.
Okay.
He's
He
strong.
even drinks a lot, yeah. His worst enemies are usually because of his own fuck-ups.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, so no, my dad is a hero. To talk about my dad, I must first explain something that might surprise the people listening, and that is the fact that magic is real.
See, by the way, I
Now-
want to see one of these things where like it's like magic is real, and the quote-unquote audience chimes in, what? Yeah, of course we know about it. It's been talked about so many times in every piece of fictional media. We figured it out like 20 years, like 30 years ago. We just decided to let you guys keep having your fun.
Like, honestly, at this point, if like August, start of August, tomorrow, Trump comes out and is like, I've kept this secret for long enough.
I think
Magic
the American
is
people
real.
deserve to know.
Magic is real and I'm a wizard. It's like, and then he turns Pelosi into a toad, and it's just like, oh,
Now we have a different problem. We
All
put
right.
a mad wizard in
Nothing's
charge of the country.
changed.
Guys, we may have put a retarded wizard in charge of the country.
Oh no!
What's worse? Wait, no, the real question is what's worse? An evil wizard in charge of the country or a retarded wizard?
evil.
Yeah, probably.
Because you see, the retard can only fuck things up sequentially. Like they
do you
have
mean?
no long-term planning ability, so like they can't plan and don't intentionally fuck things up to make the worst possible outcome. It just sort of happens occasionally. But like an evil wizard would be like, all right, how can I kill thousands of people today? And then goes out of their way to do it.
So then Trump's definitely the retarded wizard. We've seen that.
It's like George Bush Jr. versus Obama, right? George Bush Jr. was retarded, like with the whole FEMA thing and Katrina and whatnot. Obama was definitely the evil wizard who cast explosion on Syrian children.
He did
that's
make
kinda
them
based, though.
afraid of the sky, of the blue sky.
That's kind of based, not gonna lie.
No, that was like, it's terrible. Like that was like one of my favorite like news articles about like,
It's
yeah, America's
terrible that that's one of my favorite news articles.
It's terrible because I'm like, I love the fact that that's what America's gotten to, right? That's what we do now. We make small children afraid of the blue sky.
Based.
The real reason why the dwarves never came above land wasn't because they were afraid the gravity would invert and they would fly away, but it was because of the American predator drones. Alright, now that we've gotten thoroughly demonetized,
I
For
mean,
once,
did
it's
we
my
ever-
fault.
Ever have the
my dad's
unmonetization?
name is Shiro Emiya.
Chirac Emia?
He actually spelt it Shiro.
Sneaky. I'm sorry, Sneaky. Remember the Chiracs from Knights of the Old Republic? Just put one of those in an Emia coat.
Pretty much, yeah. So, Shiro Emiya.
Are you okay there?
Yeah,
That's
Shiro
everything.
Emiya, and he was a magus, a user of magecraft. Parentheses, complicated stuff, alright. He used his powers to fight for the innocent and save lots of lives. He died when I was 6, saving a devil princess named Ravel Phoenix, and she was apparently kidnapped by a rival faction.
No,
And her
Sneaky,
family.
She was kidnapped. Get it right.
Hidden.
She was kidnapped by some rival faction of her family, and my dad went to the rescue as a hero of justice. He saved the girl but died in the end. Sometimes I wonder why he ever bothered to do something that could have killed him for the sake of others. Was he tired of living or just running from his women problems? And yes, problems, and no problem, as he was a bit too active on the conquest game, if I say so myself.
I will hurt someone.
I'm gonna drink more.
Good
This
plan.
is proof that God wants us to suffer.
God is dead.
Well, 2 of you
No.
are suffering.
No, he's alive and wants us to suffer. That's what you're not understanding.
2 of you are suffering. I'm perfectly peachy. I have reached
that
the
you're
alcohol
alcohol peachy?
intoxication point where I no longer care.
Damn.
Oh, that's what
kinda
we
weird.
need to do. We need to find a way to cut him off.
Can't do it.
No, that's
Good
what I'm saying. Like that's what I need to get. I'll get Ozpin to work on an instant sobering drug. I'll curse Sneaky to be forever sober.
Damn. That's kind of rude.
It
Also.
hurts, yeah. It's pretty rude.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to turn him into Wolverine. You can drink as much as you want, but you'll never get you'll never get a buzz.
And if you do manage it, it's gone in seconds.
Well, then you'll just give me ultimate power, where I'll just go around and go into drinking contests and proceed to win shit tons of money for free.
You know what? That'll probably improve your life circumstances, so I say go for it.
Power
We're
of
going
capitalism,
to
baby.
improve your life by having you drink.
He'll be the only one.
That's not normally how that works.
You have to drink your way to happiness, Sneaky. It is at the bottom of that bottle. Go, go, go!
Exactly.
He's in some he's just, off in some random bar in Tibet somewhere waiting for Indiana Jones to come recruit him.
Indeed. That's what I'll do in my free time. I'll sit in the corner and look smolder. Oh yeah, I'll smolder in the corner, waiting for someone to approach me with an offer of a job or a scheme. And then I'll spit tobacco at them.
And tell him to fuck off.
I'll tell them to double it.
I haven't even offered you any money yet.
I appreciate the immediate entrepreneurship there.
You see, if I
Something
treat
over
them like
over.
shit and then tell them to double it, it gives them the impression that I'm worth way more than I am.
Logic checks out.
Was he tired of living, or just remember he was a good man overall? And even now, some of the gifts he left me as insurance are really life saviors. For that, I can, and truly, respect him. A few years back, he and most of the girls he was in a relationship with were not in this universe. Literally. He actually lived in a completely different dimension called Fuyuki. While living
That's
there,
not a dimension.
he
That's
got
a
involved
city,
in the
kid.
Holy Grail War.
I
And it
lived
was
in a
a-
different dimension in a city. Sneaky's
In a
drunk
battle
and
for a relic that could grant any wish. Unfortunately, the artifact was corrupted by an evil blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Ah, yes. On the tentative freeing itself from the Grail, he forced a time that would repeat itself over and over again until the evil finally escaped from the Grail. During these loops, my dad got to know and love many different girls. Fortunately, during these loops, he also realized what was going on, and using a special mystic code called the Jeweled Sword, he had the power of second magic, and managed to bane the cursed entity together with the Grail in a tentative ending the carnage that was the Grail War.
All right.
What?
Hmm.
Good part. He managed to do just that and banned the item from the universe. What?
The universe is not a Minecraft server. You can't just ban it.
Bad part.
Right, slash ban.
He worked too well
Slash
and,
ban Angramanyu.
and all
Exactly.
those related to him and the Grail were pulled together to a different universe. What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can barely imagine the shitstorm that was. Suddenly, waking
can't,
up
and I
in
kinda don't
another
care.
world, and all that seems like a really bad day. Fortunately, thanks to the disturbance that was caused by their arrival, many beings native from here native from here appeared and all got solved in time. Sorta. My dad was a ladies' man. He ended up hooking with several someones from this world, and the result is me. That's right, my dad had sex with multiple women, and they all simultaneously gave birth to me, Castiel.
That's
That's sneaky, not the author. That last part. But yeah, I can see where it's coming from, honestly.
No use staying in bed now that I have fully narrated everything about my life to an imaginary audience that may or may not be listening.
Yeah, can I just say, fuck, like the fourth wall breaking in this kind of way.
Yeah, it is
Like,
pretty
literally, it's
annoying.
just like, oh yes, I'm gonna talk to the audience because exposition is hard. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
Hmm. Right, so let's actually just skip over to the rewrite now. Because I really can't stand another word of this. Fic.
I'm
Alright.
sorry. Why is there? You said there's a rewrite of the. Oh God, there is.
Yeah, heroic air. Yeah, here we go, rewrite. This story makes
wow.
perfect sense, and I am a walrus. Well, I am glad you finally come out of the closet on this.
Sucks for you.
Cuckoo-ca-choo! I am the Rain Man. I am the Rain Man. Cuckoo-ca-choo.
Are you okay?
I'm singing a Beatles song. So no,
Done.
I'm not okay.
That's kinda epic.
Heroic Air, the rewrite. Meet Castiel Lemia! Son of Shiro Emiya, and he has been trained since young. He has been trained since the young, and is now
Yes,
on
I
his way
remember.
towards greatness. However,
Oh,
will he succeed? Or
I'd
will
succeed.
his enemies be too much? Or even
Hmm.
the Empire's luck with him will be turned upon him? Angra Manu!
Where did that come from?
The second paragraph. I just saw it and I really wanted to say it out loud like that.
You just really wanted to mispronounce Sangaramanu.
Yeah, I really wanted to mispronounce it. It was just, I just saw it and I was like, I can't help myself. I have to shout
If
this
An
out
angry
loud.
man to be like.
Listen, I will say this: if you want to refer to him as Angry Mango, anyone who plays FGO will completely understand who you're talking about if you do that.
Or will his Emiya luck with women drag him down? I guess we will find out together. This is a rewrite of my first fic. Harem. OP main character. Massive crossover.
well, I was going to go
Sin.
support a local business and order food from the place where my brother's working, but he's serving, not working carry out, so fuck that.
That's fair. 20 years ago
It would be
today,
fun to go be the most unreasonable customer ever.
I would like a pizza with no toppings, left beef.
No sauce.
If I see a hint of sauce on that pizza, I'll be suing you.
I want cheese only on the right 8/9 of the pizza.
And I want a light
Just being
cheese.
a pedantic ass. 8/9. Get the fuck out of here.
Max, what part about be the most difficult customer did you miss?
See, that's where you fucked up. You could have gone like 12/13. But no, you went with 8/9. That angers me, and I don't know why. Actually, isn't 8/9 just just 2/3? No.
No.
No, what the
But
fuck
see,
is wrong with my brain?
see,
That's not that at all.
the reason I pick an obscure fraction is because he's got dyscalculia.
Oh, you're a bastard.
It's not like I do this to him in his everyday life. That would just be
I
cruel.
don't know
I
that.
mean, you should though.
He has enough problems.
I
Dyscalculia being one of them.
I,
Hmm.
I,
Maybe more.
I would like a pizza, no sauce, no cheese, extra pepperoni. So you just want like half a
Bread with
sandwich.
pepperoni on it.
You just want half a sandwich with extra spicy salami.
I want you to put sauce and cheese and left beef on only half the pizza. And then I want you to fold the pizza.
Okay, here's the real question. What do they do if you say sauce on the side?
Oh, they give you
Do they
sauce
just
on the
give you a
side. Yeah,
Oh, they'll just put it in a container?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they've caught on to that one.
Darn. I'm probably like 6 years too late for that then.
Yup.
So are we gonna get to this story, or are we just gonna keep talking about pizza?
I don't know.
I should order my pizza
I
since I'm
think
not going out.
Sneaky's walked off to get something, so we probably have to vent, right? We probably have to, what's the fucking
Vamp.
vamp? Thank you. Like, I know it's a V, but it's not vent. We can vent.
We can vegan.
Vegan, yes, we have to vegan.
I summon the vegans! Why
This
have you done
is-
this?
This is really sad to see.
What?
So, the Symphogear mobile game got an English localization back in February.
Yes?
I'm assuming due to low sales numbers and download numbers, as of today, it was discontinued. So I just have a screen saying service of this app was discontinued on July 31st, 2020. All I can think is someday Arc Knights and Fate Go will be telling me that.
No,
Yeah.
listen, FateGo will never be telling you that. FateGo will just say, I need more money to continue operating, Senpai, and it'll be MASH holding a bag.
A lot of people would fall for that too.
Oh god, yes they would, those pathetic weebs.
It's actually Fate Go's in a weird position because Nasu's made it clear that he like the main story is done once the Lost Belts are wrapped up. It's done. Like there's Arc 1, Arc 1.5, and Arc 2. And once
Okay,
Arc 2 is
listen.
completed, it's so
Nasu
we don't-
is saying that. The
No,
man
no,
likes
here-
money
no,
too much.
no, here's the thing. Yeah, you're right. He likes money too much. That's why they keep putting off remakes of some of the most like touted things for English localization.
Because he knows he can just make more money off whales playing FGO, Max.
Actually, I think the man is too obsessed with writing to give a shit about money. I think the money's just a nice bonus. But like he said that Fate Go will officially be done once the Lost Belts are done. So we don't know how it's going to continue once the main story is complete. We don't know if it's just going to be just a bunch of events and that's it. No one actually knows.
Only Nasu the Porn Master knows.
Actually, it's whoever's in control of Fate Go as far as publishing stuff goes. Because Natsu himself
mean-
doesn't do all the writing. He's written, I want to say, a third of the story in total, including events.
I mean,
but there are a number of
writing
writers.
that much for a mobile game as prolific as Fate Grand Order is still pretty impressive. Like, and the fact that he's involved at all is actually
yeah.
fairly amazing.
And some of the best writing is some of the best chapters were Nasu's.
Well, yeah, that's not
So,
surprising.
no, it's not.
He's the only one with any actual writing experience on that team.
Is Sneaky back yet, or is he passed
I
out?
heard a door somewhere.
I have no idea.
He just did he say anything, or did he just randomly walk off?
Who knows, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not inclined to find out.
I don't even know where the man is. And I don't particularly care either.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Like-
well, there's no. Yeah, I guess he just walked off to go get more alcohol.
I did.
He's
I am back now
And he
with more
he
alcohol.
just left without any word.
Yes, because I was drunk without less alcohol.
Listen, if you need us
Oh
to,
my
we can vamp, but you have to give us a little forewarning so that Max and I can bust out the Gundam fan fictions.
I pretty much was counting on you guys just talking about Gundam the entire time.
I mean,
honest.
listen, that's what we'll do, but you got to give us a little warning so that I can get
you
my.
guys just fucking slip into it normally.
Doesn't
But
have
here's the thing:
mature
we can
that
do it
much.
intentionally if you give us a little heads up, right? Like, then we can be like, okay, so Max, let's talk about who Domon is
Why
truly in love
Exia is
with.
the best Gundam.
Exia is the best Gundam because it has the cleanest lines.
Anyway,
I mean, we can
so
fight about this for days, and you're wrong.
Angry
but we got
Mango
a story to
is
do.
being angry at a mango inside a giant golden cup. And
That sums that up.
That seems about correct. Yes.
they were blah 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 angry Emiya. Blah blah blah. He's an archer who just
Wait,
throws swords at
Guys, we
people.
found it. That's the next Emiya servant. Angry Emiya.
Angria?
Angria Manu.
Anyway, so yeah, he's an archer who throws swords at people, and apparently that makes you an archer.
Yeah.
We've covered this. That's how that works.
You can't just throw swords at people and call yourself an archer.
He uses a boat to launch them. So technically,
Well, no, he
Okay.
also just launches
But
them.
Yeah.
does that mean if I use like a bow to fire 50-pound bullets at people, does that
Yep.
make me an archer?
Yes.
Or does it just make me a man with a really poor
No,
catapult?
what you should be saying is, if I just throw bullets at people, does that make me a gunman?
wait. Would a ballista technically be an archer?
Yes.
Under,
I
Yes.
suppose, from a certain point of view.
I mean, it's a bow, technically.
According to
kind of
D&D, if a what was that? Max probably doesn't remember. Effectively, I wanted Max to play this class.
Oh, you
so this
wanted
race to play.
Hey,
it.
you wanted
wanted
him
me
to
to
be
play
an
like a-
Ogren, no, Ogren. Too much 40k.
you
Grox
wanted me to
Common.
play. Yeah, you wanted me to play something
Grok.
that was a large category, then use the enlarged spell on me, so I could carry a ballista as a basic weapon. I think.
Yeah, because you're allowed
Hmm.
to do that in D&D.
Yeah.
It would have worked too. Anyway, blah blah blah, Noble Phantasm, Reality Marble, Angry Mango, blah blah blah, Caliber, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, canon stuff happened. Anyway, so he destroys the Grail, and this time the entire dimension just yeets the entirety of the group that did the old Grail War out of the dimension, because they're just like, you know what, fuck this shit. And so they just yeet the whole dimension and everyone in it. And that's how they're in D&D now. DXD. There we go.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean-
D&D would be far more interesting.
It would be,
Yeah.
honestly. So anyway, they ended up in a forest. Weapons from corrupted servants. Blah blah blah. Weapons of multiple heroes were now corrupted. Second being that they were expelled out of the domain of Alea and Gaia. All the heroic spirits gained physical bodies.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because of course they had to.
And gained their entire legend, no longer contained inside class containers. Which
That just
means
sounds like
that
basic excuse
Artoria's
for-
breasts grew 8 sizes that day.
Ah,
Oh,
yes,
so she
they-
became Lancer Artoria.
truly the most based of timelines.
Truly the most disgusting of timelines.
Indeed.
Those are too big.
Fuck up.
Way
Shut the
too
fuck
big.
up.
No, seriously, they're
Racist.
too big.
Racist.
What? No. Sizes.
Racist.
What
Wanna
is
flag
this
the terrorist?
argument?
He's an idiot.
2020.
And I'm saying they're just too big.
I'm saying he's the racist for thinking they're too big.
It's not a race.
I don't
Shut
know.
the fuck up. Racist.
It's
That's
what
not
racism
my
is, eh?
fault that flat is justice.
Uh,
Oh, alright, pedophile. Cool.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
you set
dignify
yourself
that
up.
with
No,
a
you set yourself up for that. You pretty much you
Yeah.
fucking walked into that and you handed him the gun.
Basically. Might as well just shoot yourself. Save me the trouble.
The police even came and diagnosed your corpse and said you committed suicide by shooting yourself in the back of the head twice and then throwing yourself down a flight of stairs.
I mean, I'm not a Clinton, though. But
Yeah.
I do have information that would lead to the rest of Hillary Clinton.
The most shocking thing
Knock knock.
was not
fuck.
Lancer, but it was actually Gilgamesh. Upon hearing that the Mesopotamian pantheon and all the gods were active, decided to declare war on the gods.
That is not
That-
surprising in the
actually-
slightest.
That is
That's
actually completely in character.
Yeah, yeah, he would do that. Yo, there's still gods around. All right, I'm gonna kick their shit in. Back in a moment.
BRB
well, probably
guy
more
is
like a
gonna
week.
go declare deific war. I'm gonna go commit some deicide. BRB.
Time for holy
Uh,
war.
Gotta go
Japan
kill
be
family.
like. In the end, he managed to kill the entire Mesopotamian pantheon, and then was killed by Shiva. Their battle being so intense that the entire dimension was locked down by Shiva himself, and would never be.
Himself.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Shiva is male.
Saying it should never be opened again for at least another couple of years, as it could cause an annihilation of the world. And then he went to seal himself to go heal. In the end, an agreement was made regarding heroic spirits and the masters that were still alive. They would remain neutral to each other, and no faction could turn them into parts of themselves, since their addition to any current pantheon would break the balance of power. And thus the Heaven Feels Tower was born, where all the gods in the world tried to fight them, and all the heroic spirits fought back. Thus was the tower. Yeah, how is this an improvement? Like, honest to God. How is this an improvement to the original work? Like, oh yeah, originally it was just about Castiel Emia, and about Shiro who had him and then died later on. And now it's like, oh yeah, actually the entire cast of Fate Stay Night is now in DXD, except Gil, who died because he killed the Mesopotamian pantheon. It's like, how is this an improvement? This is worse now. You have actively made your story worse in the process of rewriting it.
Yeah. Because now it's first person present tense. Oh god. Makes it even worse.
I must have been influenced too much by my Aunt Ren, or otherwise there would be no reason for me to hate mornings so much.
Sure.
Feeling depressed by thinking about that, I slowly got out of bed. I stand at 1,806 meters, with tall, broad shoulders, tan skin, deep onyx black eyes, and platinum blonde hair that is slightly longer, but with one part in a ponytail,
Mm,
and a face. I have a
Okay.
face too. Did you
Wow.
know I have a face?
Yep, he's got a face. Dude's from Brazil. That probably explains why he's using a comma in place of a proper decimal point.
Yeah, well, fucking
Why is the
Brazil's
rest of the
wrong.
world? Why is the rest of the world like that?
I
Why
honest to
does-
God, I don't know. It is the dumbest shit in existence because it makes no sense by how the punctuation exists, right? It just doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, we get it. You're racist. Who cares?
Yes, you know what? I am racist against everyone that uses a comma instead of a period.
Where's the cut button?
There is none.
Max, you were supposed to have installed that by now.
If you are a person
With what time?
that uses a comma instead of a period to denote decimal points, you are an inferior human subspecies.
That-
Okay, so Sneaky's racism aside, Sneaky, I'm here to invite you on a trip to Disney World.
Oh yeah, am I
Since
going to
think you're
Disneyland?
I think you're too angry, so I'm gonna take you to Disney.
And get
That's a
COVID?
Make him
mistake.
angry.
What?
I think they're gonna make him more angry. Honestly.
I'll make it the least happiest place on earth. Suck
Here's
it,
the
Walt
thing.
Disney's goes.
I don't think Sneaky will get angry going to Disney. I think he'll have a lot of fun because he'll be making other people's lives more miserable than he'll be in that moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, basically.
I literally live vicariously off the spite I cause in other people.
Which is not healthy.
When a snake
It's
ever been
effective.
healthy.
Like, whenever I'm getting really tired at work, I'll just start insulting my coworker, and I'll be like, boom! Fucking awake now! My coworker hates me! This is a day! Woo! Yeah, I'm fully aware that there's a reason why everyone hates me, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm not oblivious to this.
Kinda who cares though.
Really don't care, no. Could not give a flopping shit.
No, apparently
Yeah, I
Shadow
think shit-
Warrior 3 is
I don't think
confirmed
shit
for
would flop, though.
2021. How
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
wait, did you not know about that, Max? They've released a whole game about it.
Yeah.
Shadow Warrior 3?
Yeah.
It's called Shadow
fucking-
Warrior 2.
No,
Devolver.
the Devolver
Instead of
released a
Devolver
game.
Expo.
Yeah,
Instead
they
of E3, they made the
they
Expo
released a
thing.
game that's free, by the way, called the Devolver Expo, in which they announced all of their upcoming games as if they were at E3 and you were breaking into it.
Oh,
Oh
That's-
god, remember the Fall Guy
that's
exhibit?
dope.
Okay,
That was
That's
great.
kind of clever. I forgot
Yeah.
they did that.
Oh, you know what?
Right.
I'm just gonna go and download this free game because this actually looks really dope.
Oh, it's hilarious. No, it's absolutely hilarious.
You are going on the hard drive.
The Fall Guy exhibit was slightly horrifying.
Oh yeah, the Fall Guy
Yeah.
exhibit was something else. Max, you're old enough to know the Power Glove, right?
Yes.
Then you'll heavily
Yeah.
enjoy this.
Even I know about the power.
Oh.
Do you think I'm
boy.
not like how many
Seriously.
people do you
I'm
think
the youngest here and I know about it.
Yeah,
figured
but you
you're
you
maybe
weren't
the-
around to experience it.
Well, no.
You weren't around when your absurdly rich friend as a kid brought it to the playground. Like, guys, look at this cool thing. And we would just
Now
play
I'm
with
gonna
it
hack
without a
you,
console.
Natco! You Natco
Just-
hacked!
Just fucking play with the Power Glove without plugging it into anything. That shit was awesome.
Oh
I mean,
my god.
honestly, that's probably more functional than actually was.
I wholeheartedly once again recommend Kung Fury. You know what?
Oh,
we might
yeah.
even watch it. You know what? That's what we're
Sounds
gonna do
good
at
too.
9 o'clock. We're gonna all watch Kung Fury together.
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of lame, honestly. It's not as good as what I
What?
was promised.
Really?
good.
I thought it was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
I know it
Yeah.
had its moments, but like it didn't know when to cut the jokes properly.
Right, like an 80s movie.
No, 80s movies I could laugh at because they weren't aware, but when you're trying to be a self-aware 80s movie, it really fucks up the experience.
Okay, yeah, I guess a little, tiny
Just
little
think
bit.
it's okay that you enjoy it. I'm just saying it's one of the things like it could have been a lot better. They didn't live up to the hype they promised me. That's all.
I'm just saying, Hitler assassinating the San Francisco police chief by firing into a phone was probably one of the highlights of the movie.
Oh, that actually was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
It's pretty epic.
That actually was funny.
I also enjoy the Vikings riding robot dinosaurs with guns.
All I'm saying is,
Oh yes,
like,
we're in the Viking Age.
listen, if I'm gonna do that, if I'm gonna watch that movie, I'm gonna do it at the right time, and the right time is when I'm drunk and also playing. My God, I can't remember it, but it was amazing. Come on, brain. Far Cry.
Oh yeah, Blood Dragon. Oh, Blood Dragon was an amazing parody. Oh my god, I loved
It's a
that.
shame that game wasn't co-op. That would have been real interesting seeing how they made that co-op.
Hey, what's this on my screen? It's a tutorial. Get the fuck out of here!
I re-enabled your tutorial.
Oh god, just literally everything in Blood Dragon was just great. I just fucking so good. Not a single part of Blood Dragon did I dislike.
Everything they did was so dumb, and I loved it.
Oh. And then they were like, "Hey guys, buy Far Cry Primal."
No!
Yeah, and then I did. It was
That's because you're
awful.
stupid.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
I saw that Far Cry Primal was shit from a mile away, and I was like, what if I just didn't give them my money? And then idiots like you fucked it up.
I know. It was back in the day when I thought like pretty much every Ubisoft game coming out was actually really fun. Because, admittedly, during that time you had Far Cry 3, Far Cry Blood Dragon, Brotherhood Revelations. Assassin's
They
Creed 2
hadn't fucked it up
Revelations.
yet.
And like, yeah,
Yeah,
they were on a fucking fire streak.
Actually, when Far Cry Primal came out, I want to say that was after Black Flag as well, wasn't it?
Black Flag was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
Black Flag was just.
It was nice.
But yeah, no, and so then I got Primal, and I'm like,
Oh.
this is literally just Far Cry 4's map. Oh,
That's right. Wasn't it just like an entire? Did they literally just reuse the exact same map?
yeah,
Yeah.
they turned
Painted
it.
with slightly new
Yeah.
assets.
Yeah, they turned it a little bit, but it was literally the exact same map. Yeah. And I was like,
The which Assassin's Creed was it that was in France?
Unity?
Unity.
Yeah, Unity. Its co-op stuff was kind of fun because of how silly we found out some of the stealth systems
Oh
were.
my god, but
I'm gonna stealth kill this guy. Bang in the sewers.
I'm gonna stealth kill this guy.
Sewers.
Bang! It just fucking echoes down the hall. Holy shit, our fucking ears are ringing. It's like stealth kill plus 50.
And then they got rid of the co-op in exchange, which is a shame, by the way, because Syndicate had the perfect setup for co-op, which is a brother-sister
exactly,
team.
right, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Not
had a
only
lot
that,
of fun. I had a lot of fun
Unity
in
was
Syndicate.
hilariously fun.
Oh yeah.
Like doing that one dungeon run with you, Max, where we both leaped over the crates at the same time, fired our guns at 2 different guards at the same time. They both went down, and then we ran at another set of 2 guards and assassinated them. And it was just like the fucking synchronization on that was beautiful.
Yeah. That game did pretty well with its co-op stuff.
Except for the fucking horrific connection issues where shit just wouldn't work.
We didn't have that too much. I think the worst thing that happened was we
No.
we get stuck on one of the ropes one of the rope pulleys because we tried
Yeah.
to activate it at the same time and we just
Yeah.
there,
Also, we had
flipped into each
issues
other.
with us completing some of the quests because
right.
the
Yeah, there
quest
were some weird,
NPCs wouldn't proc.
yeah, there were weird desync issues occurring with that. I think is what it was.
Yeah.
At least we hadn't been playing it day one. Dear God, imagine how much worse it would have been.
I did play it day 1, and it was.
No, I mean the co-op stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh my. It was fuck. I still remember me at hour 0 playing like maybe 2 hours in, and you're like, "How are you playing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? How am I playing?" He's like, "I can't get it started. It keeps crashing." I'm like, "What do you mean it
Oh.
keeps crashing?"
No, that wasn't me. That was no. If I asked you how were you playing, it was because I heard there were a bunch of issues on startup and whatnot, so I haven't touched it until the day 1 patch.
Oh yeah, no, like so
Like, I
many
didn't even
people
touch
were
it.
complaining that it kept crashing and shit.
I didn't buy it day 1. Remember, I bought it a couple days later
yeah.
because I was like, I'll see what the reviews say. Oh dear God, I think I'll wait, and so I waited.
Ooh.
And then they fixed the crash issues.
They
on
fixed a lot
PC.
of the issues very quickly, yeah. I will give
Oh.
Ubisoft that. They are pretty quick on the take for that. And I just straightened out my leg and it is utter fucking agony right now. I need to drink more to dull this pain.
The only thing I remember of Unity was killing a person into a window, and then it just spawned 100 spears at once.
That is amazing.
That's not normal.
Hmm.
And then
you
it
know-
just kept spawning more spears on top of the other spears.
Wow. Oh, can I just say, it's kind of a shame that I don't think any Assassin's Creed game has ever upped Brotherhood's thing of I got to beat the shit out of the Pope. What have you got?
Okay,
Oh,
no,
yeah, they're-
Brotherhood also had the amazing thing with the whole you were like the master of the order now, and you could just like casually whistle and watch as guards died around you. Like
Oh,
you
that was
could
fabulous.
not top the fucking badassery of
Yeah.
that, especially because in like Revelations, I think it was that was the final one, right?
Yeah,
Where
that was the final
you're
one in
playing as
Ezio.
old Ezio, and old Ezio's just not even giving a flying shit now, not even pretending to blend in. He's just like whistle, whistle, and everyone dies around him as the order kills everyone. It's just like, oh, old Ezio was such a fucking badass.
Oh yeah, the whole
Yep.
thing was amazing.
It's just a shame the story was a little bit weaker on the real world side of things. Like
Okay, but like
the
even
real
just
world story got weaker and weaker.
It
Oh
as
yeah,
really
it
did.
got so
Ezio
bad.
trilogy
But
went
like
on,
the
which is just
trailer,
like,
oh my god, the trailer! I remember
the
the
trailer
Yeah.
for
for that.
Brotherhood was
that
amazing.
trailer was fucking good.
Well, because they're like, it's like old man Ezio whistles and people dies, and then you're like, oh, that's cool. Too bad that'll never happen in the game.
Oh,
absolutely.
Oh,
Now the tower defense thing was a little bit weird, but I enjoyed it. Okay, to be honest, I
worked well enough.
enjoyed it. But
worked well
it,
enough.
just walking around and just doing the casual whistle, I loved it. I loved it so fucking much.
The thing I hated about the tower defense was if you beat all the Templars before you actually got the challenge done, you were locked out of the challenges.
that sounds
Yeah.
like an unintended bug.
Yeah,
that sounds
Yeah.
exactly like Ubisoft.
I feel like in a game that wasn't made by Ubisoft, what that would be is like, wow, you did such a good job. We're just gonna give you the challenge for free. Here's your reward.
but no, like honestly, it was kind of really disappointing because then you moved on to 3, and now don't get me wrong, mechanically 3 was fun. Mechanically, 3 was good. They improved the free running massively. They even managed to make it adapted to an open world environment with fairly smooth transitions, all things considered. The plot was garbage. The story was trash. Well, you still, yes, you had that little bit of an interest, intrigue with the whole, like, Templar settler fucks native woman and produces assassin. Assassin Templar fucks native woman and produces assassin who survives the purge and then goes on to hunt down his father, and then eventually like they work together or some shit to take down the corruption inside the Templars or something.
Yeah, because the dad's like, the Templars have become evil. Woo!
And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed 3. I did. But there was just so much about 3 that made me lose interest in it. The overall plot, uninterested. The real world shit going on, so uninterested, I don't even remember it. The mechanics were fun to play with, but it was just meh. And then Syndicate comes out, and Syndicate was okay. You had the grappling hook, and that was neat, but it really devalued the free-running aspects of the game.
My biggest problem is that every subsequent Ubisoft game barely iterates, and the problem is, that's fine for like 2-3 games, and then by game 4, it's like, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go over here and do this.
Right.
Like, it just gets boring.
Not only that, the problem with the more recent Ubisoft games, Origins and Odyssey, as controversial as an opinion as it is, I don't dislike the changes that they made to the system. It still has the free running in it. It's got a far better combat system than it did previously. Because the previous combat system was basically non-existent. But they introduced things that are very meh. Like health bars. And levels. So less health bars, more levels, right? I don't like levels. It's an assassination game. If you stab your blade into someone's throat, they should die. I don't care that they're 10 levels higher than you, right?
So here's the thing. I didn't play Origins, but I did play Odyssey.
Right.
And that was Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a really fun RPG.
Right.
But it, much like Origins, is a dog shit Assassin's Creed game.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Right, and when I say that, people go, "Oh, you just hate that there's a playable female character." No, I had the same complaints about Origins.
Personally, I played as the female character, but that's just,
I did. I played as Cassandra, right? It's been forever since I played that game, but it's Cassandra, right?
Yeah.
Look, the fact that I remember her name is amazing because that's the third Assassin's Creed protagonist name that I remember.
I will come down on Ubisoft for the fact that they did not have changing dialogue depending on which gender you were playing as, because a female mercenary was a huge fucking deal in ancient Greece.
But
time in general.
and by the way, a huge deal doesn't mean unheard of or it never happened. We're just saying it was something that required a bit more comment.
It was very out of the norm. It was very irregular. It should have been commented on. There should have been dialogue sections where instead of the person just being like, "Okay, you take care of it," it should be like, "I don't know. Should we really be trusting this to a woman?"
And guess what? And then you can naturally transition that dialogue so that by the time you hit level, 40 or whatever, and are an ultra badass, everybody goes, right? The new guy in the block goes, "Can we really trust a woman? Do you know what the fuck
not only that, you can do post quest and be like, I guess you're capable after all. You can actually transition the sexism into actual good, commentary. Shocker, right? Character development.
Wow.
But
Wow.
You can do social
The
commentary.
biggest, right? My biggest complaint about it was my hidden blade didn't kill people. And you know
Right.
what? Here's the thing. If it didn't kill bosses in one hit, fine, right?
No, I actually
Fine.
like that, right? If a boss was on your level and you did an assassination on him, they did die. And I actually really liked that. What I didn't like was the fact that if they were a higher level than you, it just didn't work, period.
Right? Especially because they already had animations for you assassinating people with huge health bars and not dying. Right? Where, like, at the last second they hear something and they turn a little bit, so instead of stabbing them in the throat, you stab them in the shoulder and then they flip you, right?
Right, exactly.
I remember those.
Right? And here's the thing. I was okay with those. It's just you didn't give us any kind of useful benefit. And the biggest problem with it was I wasn't an assassin, right?
Right.
You
That
give
is
me-
the other thing, is you
They
weren't
gave
in
you a bunch
Odyssey,
of weapons
you
that
weren't.
were not assassination, right? Oh, here, you're a mercenary with a hammer the size of a building. Like, okay, cool. Not assassinating anybody with this.
Right, and yeah, like they really should have played up on that aspect, because you weren't an assassin. You literally were just a person who was fighting another group of people who were trying to dominate the world. Like, it wasn't an assassin game. You were not an assassin. It literally, I think the biggest problem with the latest Assassin's Creed games, to bring it back, they are fan fictions. They are not Assassin's Creed games. They are just RPGs with the title Assassin's Creed.
And given a hidden blade because that means they're an
Well, no,
assassin.
you weren't even given a hidden blade. Your hidden blade is actually the spear you're carrying on your back.
I would say,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's a busted up
hidden,
spear, yo.
I haven't played since Syndicate because I took one look at Origins and said, nope. I'm
Okay,
not
to be
getting
fair,
this
Origins
RPG
was
crap.
actually kind of fun. To be honest, again, or mechanically, Origins was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, or
I
it
didn't
added
like
something new
adding
to
all
it.
the RPG stuff, the item level damage.
Yeah.
Right, no, and
and,
yeah, and I
leveling.
get that, and that was like the last real Assassin's Creed game, and as weird as that is to say, because it's like it wasn't really an Assassin's Creed game at that point, but you were actually an assassin, and that's the difference. In Odyssey, you were no longer an assassin; you were literally a self-insert character who was fighting their evil twin, and had nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. It was literally the reason why I call it a fan fiction is because it was literally, if someone looked at Assassin's Creed and said, "But what if it was a Greek AU where you had to fight your evil twin OC?"
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That
really-
is
it really
Assassin's
worked
Creed
there, doesn't
Odyssey. And it was one of those stories where you hear it and you're like, wow, that sounds fucking stupid, but then you play it and you're like, oh wow, this is actually kind of fun.
Yeah. But like Assassin's.
But it's not Assassin's
like,
Creed.
Nope.
There's so little assassination in the game that is actually
it
relevant.
couldn't have been, honestly. There's literally no way they could make the assassins exist 3,000 years before they actually existed,
Or,
unless they're writing fan fiction.
yeah, exactly right. But like this is a sort of moment where they could have just capitalized on their successes, and instead of including Assassin's Creed in the name, they just called it Odyssey.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? Because guess what? If that game had just been called like the Odysseys or some kind of Latin name to indicate a Greek Odyssey or something, right? Like any other naming convention. And guess what? I'd have been like, this is a fucking dope RPG, y'all.
Right, exactly, right?
Because again, it's right. If you play that game as an RPG, it's a fantastic RPG.
Right, it's got stealth
The stealth
mechanics, and
gameplay
you
is a
have an
little bit
assassination.
half-baked, but it's a great game.
Right, and because it's half baked, but because you're not calling it Assassin's Creed anymore, and the stealth mechanics being half baked, it's like, okay, yeah, well, we can clearly see that you're influenced by Assassin's Creed, but none of the Assassin's Creed elements are in this game, so clearly it's just an influence. They could have gotten away with so much more if they had just called it Odyssey. Same with Black Flag. If they had removed all the Assassin's Creed elements from Black Flag and just called it Black Flag, right? And the whole game is just about you being a pirate, going around to places and doing missions and shit, trying to out-pirate the pirates. And out-pirate the British, and out-pirate the French, and out-pirate the Spanish, and out-pirate the Portuguese. And that's the entire fucking story. None of this Assassin's Creed Templar shit. Oh, the pirates are the good guys because they're the assassins and they're fighting against the Templars who are the British. If you removed all that garbage, the game would have been infinitely more fun, infinitely more memorable. But now it's just known as the good Assassin's Creed game. With pirates.
To be fair, it deserves that title, right?
Huh?
To be fair, it deserves that title, right? It's a great Assassin's Creed game.
No, it's an okay Assassin's Creed game, but it's a great pirate game. Because, like, the parts where you weren't a pirate, the parts where you actually had to just be an assassin, it just felt like you were playing Assassin's Creed 1 again. And Assassin's Creed...
Well, here's the thing, right? There were lots of things about Assassin's Creed 1 that I had no problem with. And personally, I think the actual assassination bits were probably at their best there.
No, I think 2 had the best ones.
2 was the best overall.
Yeah.
Black Flag, if I'm remembering correctly, was this guy got shipwrecked or something, killed a turncoat assassin, and found out that he was an assassin after realizing, oh shit, I'm part of a secret organization now, getting outed by that, and then going, I'm just a pirate. And he's technically just helping the assassins along the way because they are helping him.
I will say one of my personal favorite things from 3 was Assassin's Creed 3 had probably one of the best follow the random side quest rewards, which was, hey, guess what? You've been chasing Blackbeard's ultimate treasure this entire time. What is it? A super magnet. That's why Blackbeard was invincible to bullets. He had a super magnet. Right? I was like, this is fantastic, because then the bullets just like whizzing away from you. Now, of course, is that real? No.
I particularly liked the boss fight ships and the assault on island missions. Those were pretty fun.
The boss fight ships were such a pain in the ass, but they made it worth your while because they gave you a sense of accomplishment.
Basically. And again, Black Flag would have been a major benefit to just not have the Assassin's Creed shit in it. And it's all fucking honestly, everything past 2 feels like fan fiction. Assassin's Creed 3 is a more true to form, but still fan fiction, because it's like, what if, like, an assassin became a Templar and then had sex with a native during the colonialization era, and then the kid became an assassin himself because the Templar then burned down his village.
But he left the kid alive because he didn't know his mom.
And then the dad and the kid later on, like, team up to decorrupt
Right, now, I will
the
say,
Templars.
this was, right, that was really cool at the beginning, right? Like, that was cool at the beginning, right? Where you're like, you think you're playing as the assassin, you think you're
Right,
going
yes,
after the
yes.
Templar.
You're right, yeah.
That was interesting.
Right, right at the start when you think you get led into the idea that you're an assassin, and then you're doing all this, and then the twist right at the end is, oh, you're actually a Templar. You're an assassin betrayer. that
Well,
joined
and
the
guess what?
Templar.
If they had, believe it or not, keeping that thread would have been way cooler.
But that's why I'm saying it's a fan fiction though, because it just goes off on this really random Native American tangent that's just like completely unrelated to the story, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? And then they occasionally include these really shit interlude chapters that just make you completely uninterested in what's going on. And the interlude chapters being the real world shit that's happening. And then
By
like
the way, best part of Assassin's Creed 3, the theme from the Fight Club.
yeah.
Best part of that game.
And then right the final interlude, it turns out all of the interludes were actually important because like actual like important shit finally happens in the final interlude. And it's like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah.
Well, that was the first time in forever that they actually moved the story forwards.
Right, exactly, and that's what I'm saying though. Is that was just it was fan fiction, and then Black Flag was literally just a pirate AU, and then Unity was like, what if everyone sent me in their OC sheets and I'll include you in the story? That's what Unity was. Also, the French are here. Also, we're gonna have a side story where they all go to World War One.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, that was a thing.
At least we got to climb the Eiffel. Wait, did we get to climb the Eiffel Tower?
We got to climb the Eiffel Tower.
I legit don't remember. That was supposed to be the coolest part of that. I just wait, did I get to do that? I don't remember.
And then what came after Unity? It was
That was
Syndicate?
Syndicate, which
Anyway,
was
Syndicate.
that was in
8
England with
yeah,
the brother
I'm outta
sister
here.
pair.
Syndicate was the AU where the
I actually really enjoyed Syndicate. Quite a bit. I liked Evie and Jacob.
I still feel like Syndicate was
And-
not quite an Assassin's Creed game because of all of the
Yeah.
changes they made to it. It still felt like a fan fiction, but this time it was that sort of fan fiction that plays it really close to canon and introduces some
Yeah.
fanon that a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Well, what it was is what if we just do the dumb shit we did in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood? We just go back to
Right,
dumb
Go
shit.
back to basics.
right. And
go
then
back to our supernatural sci-fi esque roots.
And then Origins and Odyssey were like people trying to write an original story, but they wanted people to actually click on their story, so they just included the word Assassin's Creed on there. Like that's what Origins and Odyssey feel like. It feels like someone was trying to write another original story that had nothing to do with the section they were writing for. So they just included some of the elements, like, oh yeah, they have like hidden blades or something. I don't know, maybe a spear to stab people with stealth or something. And then from there they were just like, oh yeah, it's totally an Assassin's Creed fan fiction, guys. Just because there's no Templar or Assassins in it doesn't mean it's not an Assassin's Creed fan fiction. Please read my story. Full summary inside chapter 1. But honestly, that's what it really feels like. And so, you know what? Assassin's Creed might be one of the most fanfiction contempt theater story ever. I don't know any other series that has deviated so far away from its roots that it's effectively fan fiction at this point.
Probably some. But Not many.
But anyway, it is Friday, which means we're stopping around 9 o'clock because we're losing people left and right. I really don't feel like reading any more stories, to be honest. I'm just not in the mood. I'm actually blisteringly drunk. I am like 2 thumbs into my 95 proof rye, and I'm actually really surprised I'm not slurring. If I am slurring, I'm surprised I'm not hearing the slurring.
It's a
I
small
could hear
one.
the slurring myself. Sounds normal to me. But then again, I mostly speak to you when you're drunk, so take that a bit of salt.
Yeah. My chicken's cold, but that's okay. I'm used to eating cold chicken.
I hadn't
Fine.
noticed this, but Gray, is there a reason that you gave us the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood trailer from the French YouTube channel?
It's
for
the
some
French version.
Did I?
Michael.
Damn
French,
French!
Oh,
Oh!
I can smell it from here.
I just
Oh!
in on Google.
Well,
Oh,
the-
Brotherhood trailer.
the problem is that now it's got this weird letterboxing on it that I don't remember being on like original versions of the trailer.
Anyway, we'll
and
see y'all next
that,
time. All right, so join us Tuesday. We'll probably cover more fan fictions with a better. What's the term I'm looking for? Consistency? No, not quite consistency, but close enough.
Actually, just staying on topic.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say we're better at staying on topic, but we're certainly gonna be like trying a little bit harder, I guess, because I'm just blisteringly drunk right now. And boy, 95 proof is a great way to not remember this. Anyway, I'll see you all on Tuesday because, of course, there is always more, and it always gets worse.